why he's been sort of remotely effective in the past. I know the reason why he's lost his last 3 title fights, and it's not because he's fantastic and he's very fast and he's got a great skill set.
When it comes to bringing out the best in you, in other boxers especially, they say that they need a real challenge, to get 110%. Do you feel that you've got that here? Do you feel that you've got that motivation?
I hope so. I hope he doesn't come out. What I want to see across the ring is, I want to see a 6-pack on him across the ring. I want to see him looking lean and mean. I don't want to see him with his gut hanging over his shorts like he normally does. I want to see him looking ripped. I want to see him looking, okay, because then you might get a few rounds. If he comes out looking like that little podgy fella that he normally does, it could be pretty brutal, pretty quick.
A word on the kind of legality of it and the board's threat to ban people. So how seriously
they've withdrawn that. They withdrew that threat.
How seriously have you taken the criticism of this fight? How seriously have you taken it personally?
Why should I take it anyway?
Just doesn't register with you.
Why should it register to me? Why would it?
Do you not see what the criticism is? Does it not register? I mean, a lot of people are against
what is the criticism?
A lot of people are saying that this is the fight, first of all, is not sanctioned by the board.
So it's sanctioned by the Luxembourg.
Yeah, but the British board, it was directly going against their will.
They told him to get a license somewhere else. They gave him his license back and said he's free to get it somewhere else, and he did.
So in no way you see what the challenge is, the standard set by the board. That doesn't register with you at all.
What?
This fight was not sanctioned by the British boxing board.
Sanctioned by another government. It's different. There's more than one city. More than one.
Absolutely,
government.
absolutely, yeah. But it's not, and that's why the criticism by some.
Who?
A lot's in the press, and I'm sure you've read it. That this fight, there are people against this fight.
Against in what way?
They're against this fight taking place. David, this is not what I feel. I'm putting it to you that this is an argument, right, from a lot of people.
People are against frigging mixed marriages. People are against gays. People are against loads of things. I don't have to acknowledge everybody who's against something. I'm a professional boxer, applying my trade, and I'm not breaking any rules. That's it.
Can we ask you about the fact that a lot of people, like you're saying just now, that the fact you obviously both don't like each other, it's given kind of wind to the fight, and it's caught the sails. Do you think there is, we've asked Derek over and over again, is there an element in this that when you guys get to the ring, both before and after the weigh-in, all those aspects to it, and afterwards, that you behave physically with each other? Because there is the sport as well as the business, and the sport must not be brought into disrepute.
I can guarantee, as long as there are people around to stop him attacking me, I'll be good as gold. I always have been. I've never attacked, I've never pushed or shoved an opponent, I've never spat at anyone, never slapped anybody, I've never bit an opponent. I've never done any of those things. I've always been there, gone to press conferences, I'll get in someone's face, I'll give them some verbal, but that's it. I never crossed that line. And the only,
was Munich self-defence then?
Yeah, of course it was. You saw that. I didn't walk over to him. I was standing in the same place. He's the one who walked. It's like me walking over to someone and saying, "I'm gonna give you 2 slaps." Walk down here, all over to them. What do you expect to happen? Especially if someone tells you they're going to give you 2 slaps, and you've seen them 24 hours before that spit in someone's face and slap someone. Why would I think that he was lying or bluffing?
Do you hope the sport of boxing at the end of this comes out with a clean bill?
Yeah, but boxing is always. When has boxing ever had a clean bill of health? There's always something happening somewhere that gives boxing another black eye. Boxing's constantly got a black eye. I don't know ever a time when it's had nice, clear, smooth skin. And that's why people tune into it. Not because it's a real nice, loving sport with 2 guys who genuinely like each other, go out there and show a skill set against each other. People want to see Roberto Duran, Sugar Ray Leonard. They want to see Fraser Ali. They want to see Tyson versus anyone. People want to see Manny Pacquiao and Floyd May. People want to see Haye Chisora because we want to fight each other. We've shown that we want to fight each other because we already had a fight already. None of us got paid for it. He actually lost a load of dough from that effort. So people want to see a fight with 2 guys who genuinely want to beat each other up.
And it's a genuine heavyweight title fight, not a freak show, yeah?
Yeah, it's not a freak show. If I was fighting Andre the Giant, that'd be a freak show. We're both boxers. I don't believe it's a freak show. I believe it's more of a novelty. It's a bit of a novelty fight, as you know, Derek's come off 3 title defeats. You know, but then again, it's not a world title fight. You know, so I'm gonna go out there and do what I do. You know, I know Derek's. He's always, when he gets to the ring, he always gives a good account of himself. It takes a lot more than giving a good account of yourself to beat me. That's for sure. A lot of people have tried that and failed miserably.
David, when you got the Klitschko's and Valuers before, you sort of brought a lot of media attention, you was the outspoken one, you had T-shirts, of course, a lot of controversy. Derek, obviously, he's bringing his own sort of side to it, he's got his own voice. Has that been anything different for you? Has it been a big change?
It's been a change, not having to hype a fight up, you know, having someone else who can get headlines, you know. The fact that I punched him in the face, you know, in Germany, you know, made him an instant, overnight household name.
Do you think maybe he's learned from you in the way that you sort of made
He probably learned to move his head a little bit when he gets someone's face. You know, I don't know what was going on the guy's mind, but he's probably happy with what happened. You know, although he got humiliated out there, here we go. He's getting a payday. I don't know what he's getting for the fight. Like getting £1 million or whatever it is. Good luck to him. You know.
We've seen what he's willing to do in waves to unset the opponent. Do you expect anything like that?
I'm not going to let him get that close to me. You know, he saw all the security around me, and his mind automatically thought I was trying to protect myself from him. He didn't realise it's the other way around. You know, didn't you see what happened in Germany? You know, if I'd have had these guys with me in Germany, that whole altercation wouldn't have happened because they would have stopped him getting to me. But they didn't. No one was there. I was on my own, and I had to kick his ass. And it will happen again July 14th.
Have you insisted on that till the bell goes then?
Yeah, I said I don't want him anywhere near me. Yeah. Frank Warren's guaranteed my safety. So this is contractual, he's contractually guaranteed my safety.
Till the bell goes?
Till the bell goes, yeah, obviously. Then I'm on my own.
David, if you hadn't struck Derek in Germany, what do you think Derek would have done?
He'd be working in Halfords. Yeah, if I wouldn't have struck him, then he'd be just another guy who's lost 3 title fights in the spin.
Would you have fought him with that?
Nobody would want to see the fight, no way. I didn't want to fight him after that altercation happened, to be honest. I was had no interest in fighting him. It was only public demand that made the fight happen. Not because he's got anything that I want. He lost his last 3 title fights. He has absolutely nothing. Other than just a bit of satisfaction I'll get from beating up again. But nothing. Comes to the table empty-handed.
David, have you got any kind of thoughts on what you might be doing after this fight? Obviously, Vitali's announced.
Going to party. Yeah, going to.
But yeah. Vitali's obviously winding down.
Vitali's fighting some guy I've never heard of. I think anyone's ever. I don't think the guy actually heard of him himself. You know, so I think he's going to get into politics. Right. He was making all the right noises before the fight, saying, "Okay, you fight Derek Chisora, the winner fights me." Okay, then that was another incentive to make the fight happen. The public demand and Vitali and Bernd Bunter saying, you know, you two fight and we fight the winner. Okay, that'd be interesting because when I blast out Derek Chisora, that's an automatic comparison people can make with Vitali. So I thought, okay, it makes sense. Keep me in shape over the summer, so we're fighting in September. But obviously, they're now the Klitschko's are now using the fact that I'm fighting Derek Chisora as a reason why not to fight me, even though that was their idea in the first place.
So is that one dead in the water, do you think?
He's fighting someone else and then he says he's retiring, so yeah, probably.
How about...
Pardon?
Do you believe that he's retiring?
I don't believe anything they say anymore. They say so many different things.
So you've not given up hope on meeting him?
I've kind of given up hope. The fact that, you know, someone says, okay, you fight him and I'll fight the winner. Okay, cool. You book the fight to fight him and then they say, oh no, it's in shambles, you shouldn't do it. Okay, I'm not wasting time or energy on it anymore. I'm just focusing on Derek Chisora wants to fight me, genuinely wants to fight me, so I'd rather focus on that.
And how about Vladimir?
Vladimir's beat me already. He's said so many times he's got no interest in fighting me. Even though he earned more money in that fight than any other fight before, and it was the biggest fight ever he's ever had. He doesn't want to do it again. So fair enough. He doesn't have to fight me again. He's beat me right fair and square. So.
But with that in mind, would that make this it then? Would this be the last fight?
I don't know. I'm just focusing on this fight. Things in boxing change real quick. Particularly if I go out there and blast out Derek Chisora in a couple of rounds. that might cause a bit of a few raised eyebrows to think, hold up, what that David would get on with Vitali now that he's fully healthy and he's firing all cylinders again. But across that bridge when we get to it.
How's training going, David? Are you training same as you did against Vladimir?
Same as normal. Train hard always. I was training hard before this fight was announced. You could see in the press conference that I was press conference in Germany that I was in shape. Always ready for a rumble.
And what do you make of other heavyweight prospects coming up, British heavyweight prospects?
A lot of good guys out there, on the world scene as well. In America, you got Devontae Wilder, you got Seth Mitchell, both good young guys coming through, and obviously here you got David Price, very good guy I've used for sparring a lot of times. He's very sharp, very crisp. Obviously, I think him and Tyson Fury have got a score to settle. So, I think there's some good guys out there in the world. The heavyweight division's looking good. So when the Klitschko's do retire, I think there'll be some good scraps out there.
Are you back for good? So after you've lost that show, like you say,
the only reason I'm taking this fight was supposedly to get a Klitschko fight. That was it. They said fight Haye Chisora and then fight the winner. Then Vitaly fight the winner, and now he's not. So since I've already scheduled this fight, I'm not going to pull out this fight. I'm just going to go through and have, as far as I'm concerned, just focus on this fight. That's it.